welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday, and previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J., alongside Coleco Yachts.
We back. 4th of July vacation. Rolling blackout, forcing us out. We back. We back. I mean, plus we went to AEW 300.
That is true.
You must say that was pretty dope.
There was a lot going on, just with us, generally speaking. But yeah, we're back on the air. Please be patient with us. Interviews will be starting to kick back up to full strength in August, I believe. But last week we interviewed Jason Cook of Houston Wrestling Entertainment and Greg Honeycue of Culture Shock. Our first ever con. He's doing his a Comic-Con in Houston area, so we talked all about that, Houston Pro Wrestling, and it's just a really fun and unique interview from what we normally do. So I definitely tell you to go check that out in the archives if you haven't already. This upcoming Wednesday, we have the Barker of the Bazaar, Rika Wildly. It's an incredible interview. One of the spooky wrestlers, so to speak. We talk about the family affiliated, his origin story, his relationship with his coach, and just a lot of really fun and unique content in that interview. You definitely want to go check it out when it drops this Wednesday. Nothing lined up after that, but like I said, we are going to have interviews coming up to finish out July. And then we should be properly back with a double interview Tuesday and Wednesdays, and the proper last Monday of the month interview in August. So please be patient with us as we get back to full speed. All right, I think we're done apologizing for the first time. No, Kaliko?
I mean, we grovel at the feet of our people. I know we've been, but hey, when wrestling calls,
Yeah, and sometimes life just happens. So, getting back to it, getting back on the horse, and there will not be any news this week because there was a fuckload of wrestling this week. So we're gonna just review it all.
WrestleGeddon.
WrestleGeddon, there you go. It's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with NXT Great American Bash. It started off the week. It was an afternoon matinee. You got brunch with it. It was delicious. Took place in Atlanta, Georgia. The iconic center stage. It was dubbed a PLE, and I mean, it wasn't a bad show, but I didn't feel like this show was necessarily worthy of being branded a PLE. Not to say that, again, that it was a bad show. It just seemed more like an episode of NXT or an NXT special rather than a PLE. But what say you, Kalito?
I mean, mainly it was Atlanta, Rhodes, Great American Bash. It was a way to pay homage to Dusty Rhodes because it's his baby. The Great American Bash was his name. There's a history with it, and then not to mention they were in Atlanta. I mean, that's Cody's hometown, so it was just more of a way of that. Also, it oddly enough, this kind of bled into. Actually, this was going on the same time as AEW, which oh my god, AEW felt like a work shift. I ain't even gonna lie, but that's a whole. That's a that's a whole nother conversation when we get there.
Yeah.
But um, honestly, this was solid. Uh, was it like what? Was it like takeover worthy? No. Uh, but a lot of the things that happened there was shocking, and they had some hard hitting action, some combination of styles, some things, the storylines picked up and got created off some forks in the road, if you will. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Javon Evans defeated Jasper Troy in 13 minutes and 37 seconds. Definitely a solid opener. Um, I thought it was a good match, but a part of me didn't necessarily want it to be a good match, if that kind of makes sense. Because you know, they're going with the gimmick that Jasper Troy is a monster. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he not like but 2 weeks ago he was a meaty man slapping meat with literally the world champion of NXT, and going toe to toe with Opa, and just falling short, by like a hairline. And now he's taking L's to a significantly smaller Javon Evans. No disrespect to Javon Evans, but I feel like if it was your first match against, somebody like Javon, have the big brooding guy that you want to get over as a monster go over on the little guy in maybe a more, you know, convincing manner rather than having the little guy just have get the one up on you. But what say you, Kaliko?
I mean, the match in itself to me, it was a Styles makes like kind of match. And if you were going, my thought process is if you're gonna have that big guy lose to that little guy, it should be. I mean, if you're trying to protect Jasper, but I don't think Jasper. I mean, Jasper was in this situation where if he wins, they're gonna be like, of course it's Javion, and if he loses, it's okay. He's brand new. It's just like his second match. You know what I mean? Like it's only been there for a cup of coffee, so I get him taking the loss. Me, I just wish, or if I had the pen, I thought it would have been if you want to keep this monster persona of him running around beating up people, I would have had him just lose by DQ, beat him down
Hmm.
outside the ring, count out, DQ. I, because that's basically the way that they're putting him. It screams that anyway.
Right.
It screams like he's lawless, right? It, or at least the perception that he is lawless, or the perception that he is doing what he wants to do and he's taking any slightest disrespect and it's on. So why not play into that to have him, lose the match, have that cost him the match, and that could cause further discontent with your boy.
No, actually, I love that idea. It's very rare when NXT does something that we were actually really critical of, because usually NXT is pretty solid, but yeah, it definitely wasn't what it could have been. Um, Honestly, I kind of felt like there was some AEW logic to this match rather than WWE logic, but that's just my opinion.
I
All right,
mean, I get it. It's the new person versus the Wiley. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this because he doesn't seem like a Wiley vet, but JD, he's pretty new. He's pretty new himself. So it's kind of like new versus newer or green versus greener. So if he was going to lose that match like that, I thought it would have been like Javion taking advantage of the fact that he is still new.
well, I mean he's
And that's what he did which is with the roll up, which worked. I just think if they were trying to protect, I mean, losing to a roll up, anyone can lose to a roll up. I just thought if you're going to protect Jasper, beat him to the point where he gets DQ'd. Like the ref is. So let's put it like this: if I had to pin, he's beating him. Javion is the winner, but he keeps pounding him, and the ref reverses the decision. That has not have been, that's been rarely used.
in a
So
very long
that would
time.
have been, you see what I'm saying? And that would have been set up par,
Right.
and it would have set up a rematch, right? Because I feel like it's going to head to that way anyway.
No, I completely agree. Um, that being said, how many stars you give this one, Kaliko?
For an opener, I mean, it was a solid three. I mean, because there's different styles. Jasper's new, and I'll, I'm gonna give those to the benefit of the doubt. It's a solid three. I mean, it kept me. I kind of figured. It made you realize what was, you know, who was gonna win, but I mean, they gave it to Javion. So
Right. Oh no, I agree with that. Solid three. It could have been so much more if they understood the assignment a little better. Um, but yeah, agree. All right. Did Uncle Dave review this show, or was he too in ecstasy watching NXT on this day?
well, today is your lucky day because I just happened to. He's got all of the ratings. We got them all today, baby.
All right. Well, Uncle Dave walking overtime for the first time in ever.
I mean, it ain't like he had shit to do 4th of July.
Right. I'm gonna say that he gave it a 4,
Lower,
3.5.
lower.
Um, 2.5.
2.75.
Oh fuck me. Your your 2.75s.
Hey, I am just saying.
No, not you, but Dave, Uncle Dave.
Hey, Dave, just him. It's his fault.
Yeah. Alright, that brings us to the second match. NXT Women's North American Championship. So Luca with Zarya, defeated, Izzy Dane with Tatum Paxley in 11 minutes and 45 seconds. I thought it wasn't a bad match, and we know that Soul could have a lot better matches than this. So you kind of have to eliminate what was the X factor in that match, and unfortunately, that was Izzy Dane. Um,
Damn.
I'm not, not shitting on her at all. Obviously she's still green. But it kind of felt like it held her back, soul back, with what she could do in the match because Izzy wasn't as experienced. I didn't think that what
Mm.
they did was bad, and they did tell a semi decent story. I think that they got the message across. Tatum is, getting brainwashed by this cult. Um, Soul is trying to save her. Zarya is not into that. Um, they got that part across, but the actual wrestling was just a little less than I usually like. But what say you, Kaliko?
I mean, I think it's because we're comparing it to the Kalani match.
Right.
That to me, I think, is the biggest thing. It's one of those things where you become a victim of your own success type thing, or a victim of your greatest accomplishment. Because to me, I think that match highlighted her more so than this. Although this was a better storyline match, it as far as the chemistry, it could have been a little better. But I mean, it continue. I mean, they were always high on Soul. It's just her ACL betrayed her one time. But then again, she did what she needed to do to get the job done. Um, I personally, honestly, she's a little different from all the other girls, which is good. I mean, she has her own lane because it seems like she reminds me of what was that Nickelodeon cartoon? Oh my God!
The
It
one with
was
the
where.
skateboards?
Yes, I mean, oh dang, I can't even think of the name of it, but
You're going in the way, way back machine with that one.
I mean, hey, I gotta Rocket Power. That's the name,
Rocket
Rocket
Power.
Power. So she reminds me more of one of those type of people. I mean, granted, she's from Ontario. Didn't even know that. Um, Not
Canada?
Canada,
Oh,
California,
okay. There you
California.
go.
No, ain't no surfers in Ontario, Canada. But that makes sense why she like surfing Ontario. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But but yeah, it fits her persona. So she's a different person showing a different skill set, and I think that helps her. This one, the storyline, it kind of gets her going a little bit. It gives her something to sink her teeth into, especially considering that I think she's gonna have a nice little reign because JC Jane is gonna be holding on for a while. I think eventually someone will get up there. It's just a matter of when.
I mean, did you see Soul actually capturing the NXT championship before they call up to the main roster? I mean, not, but, one day later, she was in the ring with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka. I mean, and not to mention that she had a fatal four-way match the night before on SmackDown. So, I mean, they kind of used her, the whole weekend, 3 matches in 3 days.
Oh, they used a lot of girls that whole weekend. But to me, yeah, I think they're high on her, but I think her getting that NXT title shot is kind of like getting that Uber feel as a main eventer. Because right now she's kind of like queen. Right now, I could make an argument she's kind of like queen of the mid cards in NXT.
I would 100% agree with that.
So to me, it's not about. It's more so whether it's not. I mean, I think if she wins, it'll help her. It's just more or less elevating her to get the people to see her as a main eventer, and then see her as a main roster. Although she's been on main event and Evolution, Evolution to me is a one-off, so I don't really count that because if it wasn't there, she wouldn't be there. But the rest of it is uh, uh, within her trajectory.
You mentioned, her being like a character from Rocket Power. Um, I I'll go one step further with, how I kind of view Sol Ruka right now. I kind of see her as 2006, 2007 Jeff Hardy. She has a look about her that's different and unique enough for people to look at her. She does crazy moves. Nothing, out. Nothing, that what they're doing on GCW where they're jumping the shark, but it's enough to get people to say, "Wow, she did that move." Huh. And like you said, she's kind of upper mid card. It's just a matter of what does she do to kind of break into, the title match. you know, get the title match against JC. You know what I mean?
Right. It was just like putting her in time. And her, well, spoiler alert if people didn't see it, her being on NXT and kind of talking with JC is kind of the start, right? Because to me, JC's going to do a great job of being, and this is no disrespect, like the honky tonk man of the NXT women's division, where people think that she should be beaten and feel that she's easily beatable, but they go fuck around and find out. And the more that, and it's like an underdog heel champion, and every time, and that could work one of two ways. Either people are going to get pissed off at her for winning the title so much through nefarious means that they hate her and they just want to see her lose the title like Moxley, or she's going to garner the respect of the fans, be like, huh, this motherfucker actually can go. So it's a win-win in her way. It's just, you know, it's just how the crowd's gonna react to it.
All right. How many stars you give this one? So we'll go Easy D.
I mean, was it her best match? No. 2.5, I would say. 2.5, yeah, 2.5. Storyline wise, it was good. The chemistry could be a little better, but that's me nitpicking.
I'll give it 2 7/5.
Oh Lord.
Fuck you, Dave. Alright, so if we wasn't digging this match, then Uncle Dave was definitely not digging it. 1.5?
Higher.
2.
Lower.
1 7/5.
1 7/5, man.
Okay, he's just high on the 7/5 today.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, NXT North American Championship match, Falls Count Anywhere. Ethan Page defeated Ricky Starks in 14 minutes and 46 seconds. Good proper brawl around the ring. These guys literally killed each other. It made sense because it has been, somewhat of a blood rivalry. Ethan got the comeuppance against Ricky. Ricky got attacked by Jasper, so Jasper got some of his heat back, which is appreciated. And it doesn't make Ricky look like a complete punk because he lost to Ethan because, there was obviously interference. Ricky's going to the main roster. It makes complete sense that he would be putting Ethan Page. Me personally, everything worked. Everybody did what they needed to do to make this as good as they possibly could. What say you, Kaliko?
Man, this match was crazy. That spot when it was funny because my kids saw it too. That spot when Ethan suplexed Ricky Starks on the chairs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I thought that dude was handicapped out there. I was like, bro. Like, oh no. Oh no. But hey, the right person won. They got the job done. And yeah, actually this helps out in a lot of ways because Ethan's already having issues with Ava. Jasper's having issues with Ava. Enemy of the enemy is my friend. So it kind of can, you can see a little tutelage popping up right there. For Ricky, great, what's that word? His great coup de grace.
Yeah.
And so I think it worked out for all parties involved, if I would say.
Yeah, like I said, everybody did what they were supposed to do, and everybody looked good because they did it.
But Yep.
Alright, how many stars you give this one?
3.5 solid. Everybody understood the assignment. It was a crazy match. That suplex spot still got me, but it was solid. Was it like uber over the top? Nah. But, but it did what it needed to do. It showed enough goriness. Because trust me, there were matches that took it way further. So,
Oh, you mean that Hangman stabbing Moxley with a fork for 10 minutes straight
oh
didn't,
my
didn't do it for you?
boy, my son looked at that was like, what the? Oh, well, that's the whole thing, man. But then again, my son saw somebody get stapled in the balls, so I can't really, with the anarchy in the arena. He saw that and he's like, that's the greatest thing ever. But but this match, honestly, yeah, it was solid. 3.5. I give it 3.5. It was a good match. Everybody understood the assignment. The crowd was into it. And the right guy won. Uh, Starks didn't look bad losing. Jasper gets he gets the hate twofold now. So yeah, it works.
I couldn't agree with you more, except for the actual star rating. I give it 4. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, like you said, everything worked perfectly. Symmetry at its best. So, have to reward that with a 4-star review. Alright, Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
3 7/5.
Lower.
3.5.
3.5. I'm talking.
The first time I was literally going to say 3.5, and then
Hey man.
damn it, Dave, you switched it up on me.
He threw it out there on you, bro.
NXT Championship match: Oba Femi defeated Yoshihaki Uemura with Josh Briggs in his corner. The match lasted 13 minutes 18 seconds. Solid match. With both guys, they're really big guys, and obviously, Inamura is, a former, sumo wrestler. I
Hmm.
kind, I kind of wanted to see more, big meaty men slapping meat, and I felt like we got a little bit of that, but I don't feel like we had, the maximum slapping meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1980 style.
Right.
Big men slapping me.
So, I mean, it got across what it was supposed to. Obviously, there is, internal issues with Briggs and uh, Inamura. So, it got that done, and it did it quite well as well. But I feel like the match maybe suffered slightly because of the story, if that makes sense.
Yes, that is why it suffered. Because it was, what is the reason for me to see Oba lose? Or what is the reason for me to see Yoshiki win? It just kind of felt like it was put together because Oba, to be honest, I Oba's a dominant champion. It's just I think the TNA part of it all is kind. Am I? I feel like me personally, I think that's getting a lot of the shine.
No, no, you're 100% right. Whether it was, unfortunately, his title reign took place when Stephanie McCoy was literally the hottest thing on earth. Then you have, Blake
I mean,
Monroe and,
was
but I mean in NXT, I mean, because
was.
she's main roster now. You know what I mean. Um, you know, you remove her from the situation. They bring in Blake Monroe. Obviously, JC Jane is popping off right now. For whatever reason, Trick Williams is probably having the best NXT run that he's ever had, and it's because he has the title belt of another company. So, it, in all honesty, this match should have main evented rather than the Golds. Uh, for obvious reasons, he's the NXT champion. He should get that respect. But it's not popping off as it could. It's not as memorable of a title run as it could be. I mean, the best match he had was against Jasper, and that was thrown away on a random episode of NXT.
Right. And well, that's the other thing too, because the only other person you could see being a worthy challenger to him is currently holding the TNA World Championship title. So it's kind of like this thing where I'm not gonna say it's his fault. It's just that he's so dominant. I mean, there's no one you see him fighting and just gonna be like, yeah, he's about to lose.
I mean, like I said, the only person that you even remotely thought that was against Jasper. And the only reason you didn't think that was because Jasper was literally fresh out of the bakery, fresh out of the oven, so to speak.
Don't ever put him with the bakery.
You know what I mean.
Hey, I'm just saying, he straight off the frying pan or something. Don't put him with that bakery that Sean got.
Fair enough.
Have you seen the NIL deals? Oh my God. That boy don't miss. That motherfucker don't miss. Anyways, back to this match.
Yeah. So, how many stars you give this?
It's tough because it was solid. It just didn't get me into it. So a 2.5. And that's not his fault. It's just the fact that why am I having to be emotionally invested in this match? And that's the only part and that's just me. It could be, someone else could think it's a 5, but to me,
I mean, that's a really bad thing you just said, Kaliko. For them, for a fan to say, why am I invested in this match? You should know why you're invested in the match, and NXT didn't do their job right with this match. If you didn't feel like you were invested, you know what I mean?
Well, that's true, but if this is all to set up Josh Briggs, to me, I would have rather have seen Josh Briggs.
Unfortunately, it is to set up Josh Briggs, and the problem is, less of a fuck I could not give about Josh Briggs.
I mean, he can go. It's just
he has the personality of a wet paper bag.
I mean, put it like this: if that was Andre Chase versus Oba, I would have a reason to be, because it's Andre Chase. All this shit would chase you and da da da. You know what I'm saying?
Why the fuck would Andre Chase get a championship match against Oba?
I'm just putting it
up. Is the other half Saudi Arabia?
No, what I'm saying is that Chase actually has you, invested. Same with Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne, why was I invested? Other than the fact that they brought up that he was, his superpower.
Yes.
And the fact that he's dating Vakur. That's about it.
I mean, that's a reason to dislike him, is that he's dating Vakur. But
oh, fun fact: Lexus King, Lola Vice.
Hmm. Good on him. If he could, lock down the vice. Um, but yeah, no, you're right about the Miles Bourne part of things. Um, like I was saying, Briggs, they could do whatever they want with him, but it's never going to make me like him because his personality is so blah. So I get that they're trying to do something with him in Amora, and Amora is actually a pretty decent talent, and he's not for somebody that doesn't speak English great. He's not that on the mic either.
Hmm.
So I mean, unfortunately, he suffers because he's with Briggs, and Briggs is not that great. I don't
Yeah, see that. Now you see my point. Now you see my point.
I don't see where this is going. It's setting up a rivalry I don't care about because Briggs is not going to go anywhere before and or after that rivalry.
Um, yeah, you might be right on that. That's a whole. I'll give it that. So,
Well, I agree with you. 2.5. Um, the match suffered because of the story, and and the story was that left much to be desired.
right.
But Uncle Dave, 2 7/5,
Lower.
2.5.
2.5. See.
That brings us to the main event. Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe defeated JC Jane to the beat. Hey, you don't even have to move your feet. And Fallon Henley with Jasmine Nix on the outside in 16 minutes and 31 seconds. Like I said, sad situation that you had a world championship match on this card, but the ladies are main eventing. No disrespect to them. Um, I will say that it was a solid match, and it did exactly what it needed to do. Um, it gave JC, a loss that you see that she's beatable, which has been the storyline since day one. You give Blake Monroe her comeuppance against JC because she got her revenge, and obviously it gives her a spot in line. Uh, and it sets up what we would see the night out
The next
the
night.
next night with Jordan and Grace. She has some momentum going into the match, but we'll get to Evolution when we get to Evolution. So yeah, from a story perspective, and I mean, and Headley was there for looks. Um, yeah, so this really it did everything it needed to. It served all masters in the match except Headley again. Um, so yeah, this really worked for me. What say you?
The moment this thing ended, I was like, you know, she's winning, right? You know, Jay. The moment that I saw this happen, I was like, oh, once the match got announced, I was like, Jay, she's losing Friday, Saturday, winning Sunday. It's kind of a gift. How they gonna do it? So to with that no knowledge, it kind of it kind of took. Well, that's just me. And sorry, I'm a mark ass motherfucker. Clip that. Anyways, uh, but knowing what I know, I kind of saw that, and that kind of took the unpredictability of the match into play. It's a way to get her toes in the bakery the water's known as the bakery without, exposing herself to whether she could swim or not, which is coming up soon. And it gave Jordan the momentum, as everybody said. So it kind of worked in all ways. It's just that with that, I kind of knew JC was going to win tomorrow. I didn't know how, but so that's the only reason it kind of took a bump down for me, a little bit of.
I mean, even if this match didn't take place the night before, did you honestly think that Jordan Grace had a chance of beating JC at Evolution?
I knew my thought process is that Jordan was going to have it on the ropes and something was going to happen to make it go the way it goes.
Right.
And so far, I was right.
I mean, you don't build a champion like JC as being the beatable champion and then beat her like a month after getting the belt.
Well, I don't think that she was going to lose. I know JC wasn't going to lose. JC's going to have this title. I had to guess 6 months.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe more, depending on who comes
I'd
in.
be surprised. I'd be surprised. I'll put it this way. She will pass Stephanie McCour's reign.
Stephanie McCour's reign was only like 60, maybe. I'm being generous at saying it was 90 days.
True. So that's what I'm saying. She's gonna pass that reign. And I think who's the other person? She's gonna be nowhere near Roxanne. Roxanne is untouchable at this point. Roxanne was untouchable. Who else?
And what is her name? The one that she was under. Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, Roxanne, and Asuka, I think, have the 3 longest reigns.
She'll have a Lyra Valkyria reign. That's about 160 days. That's roughly. That's a hollow minute.
Okay, so 100. You're going with 160 days.
Well, wait a minute. 6 months, 6 times 3, 6 times 30, average. That's 180. Yeah, I'm guessing in that range, 160 to 250. No more than that.
I'm gonna say she holds it 200 plus days.
I mean, I would be surprised, but I think if you depend on that too long, and I'm thinking Fatal Influence is going to implode eventually because all these girls are going to get tired of helping her, quote unquote. It's kind of like,
right.
Kind of like Diana Ross and the Supremes. JC James don't think she Diana Ross, and
well, I mean,
Supremes ain't going like that.
I mean,
she is, but that's not the point. I'm trying to make the point of the story. And Stephanie McCour had it for 77 days. Rhea Ripley only had it for 108 days. Wow, these reigns are crazy. Shayna Baszler has the longest reign.
Shayna Baszler had the longest reign?
Well, Shayna's combined reigns, which is 2, is 549. Asuka is second with 510.
But
Mandy Rose 413.
Well, I mean, Asuka's reign was one whole chunk because she never lost it.
Out of everybody, she's the only one that never lost it on her way out. I don't think Shayna did. No, Shayna lost to who the hell did Shayna lose to?
Rhea Ripley.
That's right. Shayna lost to Rhea, then Rhea lost to Charlotte, and Charlotte lost to Io, and Io lost to Raquel, and
it goes around and around and around.
And around we go. Raquel had it for 200 days. That's very impressive.
And then she dropped it to Mandy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the trick or treat street fight. So yeah, so I mean, hey, that's not bad.
And who was under Mandy at that time? JC Jane.
JC Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. JC Jane continuing toxic attraction with fatal influence.
Yeah, it only
Anyways,
took Mandy to get that good OnlyFans money and Janette Gigi Jolin.
hey man, it's get how you live at this point nowadays. But anyways, back to the match. uh, I thought that's the only reason it took it down because I kind of figured what was going to happen. Was it either or? So that's what took it down for me. The match was solid. It did what it needed to do. It's just and the story was there. It's just that, wrestling brain, you don't want to, you can't suspend disbelief all the time. Especially with bookies, because now you can bet on these matches. Bro, if I had a parlay for, what the hell is it called? For All In, I would have hit the parlay. I sure would have hit the parlay. Because everybody was going, well, we'll go there. We'll do that with All In. But back to this. Me personally, let's see, this rating, a 3. I'll give it a 3.
I'll give it 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, it did what it needed to do. It got who it needed to get over, and it played into what would happen the next night. Good. That's good storytelling at its finest, and it deserves that. It deserves that. Right. Uncle Dave. 2.5.
Higher.
2 7/5.
2 7/5. He was on the 7/5 trip tonight.
Fuck me.
He was on the 3/4/5 trip.
Alright, show as a whole. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
It was okay. And it was middle. It was mid. Overall, it was mid. It did what it needed to do. It didn't get me too high. It didn't get me too low. And I think somewhat by design because Saturday Night Main Event was that night. So,
Right.
You don't want them talking about Obafemi and Inamura when Goldberg's final matches.
No, I agree. Thumbs in the middle. I don't think I'm going to be, seeking out Great American Bash in the future. If the Ricky Starks, Ethan Page match is on like a compilation, I might watch it for sure, but that's, as far as it goes. Alright, that will conclude our coverage of NXT's Great American Bash.
You want to go straight to AEW's 6-hour shift or go to...
No. We'll say, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Fuck. Bro, that shit was like a 10 to 6. I'm like, God damn. Anyway.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.